Ken managing to get second place last weekend at Leo Saga. Aarvark looking pretty solid in his set against K9, but being able to keep out a Sonic for an extended period of time, especially one with as good of movement as Ken, that's going to be quite the ordeal.
Alrighty, here we go. Game one. Gonna go to Smashville like always. And Ken immediately just going in there, gets that up throw in there. I like how Aarvark's trying to catch Ken's movement immediately, just dashing to the other way as soon as he shields the Lloyd, but it's not quite able to find that catch though.
And right now, Ken with the lead and taking full advantage of that, choosing his openings extremely carefully.
Alright, everyone's just clipping each other right now. Aarvark with the advantage right here. Just trying to throw out those slingshots, set up that wall. Let's see if Ken can try to go through, and right there the water just with the push. I thought that was going to be a little bit of a trouble for Ken right there.
Oh yeah, if the tree came up immediately with the push as well.
Yeah, but he's got Axe online right now, just going to hide behind that tree. Going to make Ken hesitant to try and break through that defensive wall.
And you see exactly why too, because that Axe isn't just for chopping down the tree, it can also be used on the opponent himself.
Yeah.
Ken being extremely patient right now. Like, it's been over a minute in the game, and he's being so cautious of the moments that he chooses to make his approaches. He only made, like, I'd say 4 approaches in this entire game so far. Otherwise, just taking his time, trying to observe Aarvark's zoning pattern. But Aarvark doing a very good job of mixing up the timing of his slingshots, mixing up when he throws his Lloyd in, especially what he does after the Lloyd is already out on the field.
Yeah, and I like what Aarvark did right there. He just watered it and then jumped away just to make sure that the Sprouts will be there. And then if Ken tries to make it in, then the Sprout will immediately come out and stop him, I'm sure.
Oh, good timing on the spin dash to go over the Lloyd, but unfortunately for Ken, Aarvark has more than enough time to react with his own forward air. Oh, good reaction on Ken, though, recognizing that he can punish that watering can.
Yeah, it's dead even game right now.
Yeah, it really is, and that's looks like it's going to be very key to this matchup. Nice spring shot, getting right over that situation. Spin shot, I mean.
Yeah, I like landing with the Nair, too, just catching Aarvark, thinking that he was going to go down defenseless, but just catches the right option and interrupts Aarvark's attempt to try and get more damage right there. All right, Ken dashing away. Now he's the one that can kind of fade back a little bit, force Aarvark to try and make some kind of call here.
Just charging. He recognized the shields, like, okay, well, I'll just try to get as much shields done as possible, so he just kept the charge going for the forward smash. Yeah,
and Aarvark wasn't able to get that shield grab, so Ken is able to get out of that situation unscathed.
And Ken, with that lead now, he does have that luxury of just going from corner of the map and corner of the map, which is, he's taking full advantage of. So long as that tree exists, he doesn't want to get anywhere close to it.
Yeah, Aarvark trying to bring it back right here. Only 9% separating these two. Usually I would not want to mention percents as a lead, but just based on the way these two are playing in their play styles, it's going to be very key to who's going to be approaching and who's going to be playing that defensive game.
Oh yeah, and like we see, like as that gap gets shorter and shorter, Ken is more likely to make an approach, right? Because he recognizes the likelihood of Aarvark suddenly closing that gap and taking the lead for himself. But right there, the back air, giving Ken a lot more breathing room because he has a full stock now. So getting hit by individual pellets, not actually going to be as big of a deal for Ken.
Yeah, at the same time, though, Villager does have a lot of crazy moves that can take out that stock. And it looks like he's already going to get a big combo, and it looks like this lead is just rolling away for Ken here.
Rolling away.
That was definitely not what I meant to do. All right, G-Pick. Oh, gets the up throw spring up air. And unfortunately, the tree not going to be able to do anything to Ken right there.
Again, using these this side B spin dash especially to just hop right over Lloyd Rocket over and over again. Putting Aarvark in a really awkward position right now. Ken is doing a solid job just whiff punishing every single move that he's trying to throw out to establish his space, and we have Ken already lapping Aarvark.
Yeah, all of a sudden, with that more breathing room, Ken is able to experiment a little bit more and get these calls, and right there, is extending this lead even further. Tries to get the spin dash to up air, not going to be able to find it. And Aarvark just really have a hard time trying to interrupt these spin dashes now that Ken's kind of gotten a flow for Aarvark's movement approaches right here.
Yeah, and it's not just that having this lead gives Ken more room to experiment with, right? It's also that with that extra stock, it motivates Aarvark a lot harder, right? He can't just get away with trying to make up the distance with only slingshots. He has to keep closing that gap, but that means he puts himself in positions that Ken can accurately whiff punish.
Yeah, I like Ken right there, just waiting on the platform as long as possible. Spin that snare, still not able to close it out though. Trying to catch his back air at the ledge. Let's see if Aarvark tries to do a jump fair again. I think Ken was looking it out, but was not able to quite get the punish, but a spin dash to upper. Still going to take out that stock.
This is looking like it is going to be a battle of attrition between these two players. Both players like really aware that they can't get away with pressing anything without getting punished immediately in this matchup, except like their lightest of options, especially with the slingshots that Villager brings. But especially in the first half of the match, Aarvark was doing a very solid job of mixing up the way that he was zoning too, because like Ken had to wait like a minute before he could actually figure out where his opening was in the zoning pattern.
Yeah. Gonna be keeping that same game going. I like the attempt from Aarvark, just trying to get a follow-up after that Lloyd rocket, but unfortunately not going to get that there.
And already we have the Lloyd coming out, planting the sapling, getting a little bit of water on it, so the next time he brings out that watering can, it'll come up completely. And here we go, a really awkward situation for Ken.
All right, Let's Trump just going to spin dash right through. I like that call from Aarvark, trying to use the tree onto the axe.
To extend the hitbox duration.
Yeah, and trying to catch that spin dash, but it doesn't look like it worked out for there.
Being able to catch the very tip of that landing. Ken now having a solid 60% lead on Aarvark.
Yeah, it looks like Aarvark's just having a really hard time. Once Ken is able to get in, he just has no choice but to let Ken extend his combo to the fullest, because it doesn't look like Villager has too many get-out-of-jail-free options that he can use in these situations.
Yeah, no, Villager doesn't really have any reversals. Like, his best thing is his Nair, but that's like a frame 4 Nair. It's not like the Luigi one we were seeing earlier.
All right, fair to fair. Tries to catch that air dodge, not quite able to find it. Lands with the Nair yet again.
And once again, Ken being able to get the stage control situation. I like that Aarvark just stalls a little bit more, waits for the smash roll platform to be within double jump range. Because that's actually one thing I've noticed is that Aarvark has been very reluctant to go into his up B, right?
Right.
Because he recognizes that will make him an absolute free target for Ken, and Ken does have that confidence of movement to be anywhere he needs to be to punish it.
Yeah, but Ken just trying to make his way back to the floor right now, but it doesn't look like Aarvark's really doing that, but he's finally going to be able to find it. Tree's right there, and Ken was the immediate rollback, just like, oh, wait, I'm not dealing with this yet.
Yeah. And right now, just forward smashing the tree, making sure it dies that much sooner so he doesn't have to worry about axe as an option.
Yeah, at the same time, the sapling's back, so at any moment, Aarvark can try to pull it out, but the back throw, still not going to be able to take the stock, but still, that's a lot of time for Ken to try and find his edge guard situation here. Let's see if he answers back with a jump fair again.
Managing to jump over that Sonic forward tilt, though. Very good for Aarvark. At this percent, it would assuredly kill. Aarvark finding himself another tree, another axe, but gets hit by a back throw.
Yeah, and that's going to be the stock right there for Ken.
Yeah, he still does have that axe on deck, though. And I like that he puts a chop on both halves of the tree so that he could theoretically move it in either way. But the tree does, unfortunately, die soon after that.
Yeah, very true. But it looks like Ken just going to break those fences immediately. Gets punished a little bit after that forward smash whiff, though.
Yeah, it's deceptively low first action frames on it, so that you're able to... You have to be right in Villager's face if you want to punish that sucker.
Yeah.
It's even scarier, too, because the moment the Villager brings out the bowling ball, it becomes its own hitbox. So even if you hit Villager during it, the bowling ball still drops, and you still get hit by it.
Spin dash up air. Aarvark pretty much every single time he's on the ledge has been answering back with a jump or fair or something like that. So, but Ken's been doing a good job at just catching those options most of the time.
The shield damage from the axe. Being able to get in there and get that extra little bit of stuff when Ken was blocking the Lloyd.
Yeah, very true. I like the attempt from the recovery from Aarvark, just making Ken make sure that he's giving him that space that he needs to be able to get back to the stage.
Oh, nice up B by Ken, actually being able to dodge that triple turnip up air that Aarvark accurately reading his air movement. Almost got him with.
Yeah, not going to be able to chop down that tree. It was starting to whittle away, so you're not able to chop down the tree, even if it looks like it's fresh.
Oh, tries to read the get-up option, but the get-up attack ends up beating out Aarvark.
Yeah, that's definitely an option that people don't expect most of the time, is how easy it is to whip punish immediately after that. But I like that, using the throw armor just to make sure he does not get hit by the Lloyd.
Just the right timing, and once again doing another forward throw, getting himself another edge guard situation.
Jab to send him off. Air dodges right through that back air. I like that call from Ken, though.
Right now Ken just trying to do his best to get as much extra damage as he can, recognizing that that's where Villager is at his absolute weakest.
think he might be trying to close out this stock very soon. He too. Oh my goodness, right there, but the orange flick came out.
Yeah, that phantom hit once again. That up throw is going to end up doing it. Aarvark ends up losing to Ken Sonic 2-0. Once again, we just see how stacked this bracket is. We're like, this is only like round 3 for these guys, and they're already going up against each other. I think that might not even be out of pools yet.
Yeah, that's shows how crazy the talent pool here is today. But yeah, very solid play coming from Ken. It looked like it was going even like in the first game.
Yeah.
On that first stock, but just after he gets that first stock, he was able to roll away with it. And I think that's what happened both times.
It's the nature of most Sonic matchups, right? It's a very much like the first 30 seconds are incredibly important because whoever establishes that first lead, they get to the match goes to their tempo, right? Because they get to force the other guy to keep coming at them.